Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's your girl Sibusisograce, and I'm so excited to do another sit down today where we talk about how I ended up studying in India, life as an international student here, and my expectations before I came here. So first and foremost, I'm going to talk about how I ended up in India. Was it my choice? Was I forced to come here? What really happened? So what happened is this. After my A levels, I had plans to go to a couple of countries to study there for university, right? But then things didn't work out for two of the countries that I wanted to go to. Fine, right? There's a country that I applied to. I did everything. I had to write an entrance test. But the thing is, the results for the test were going to come out, I think, 3 months later. Exactly. And best believe I had no backup plan because I wanted to go to that university so much that I had faith that it was just going to work out. But then during those 3 months while I was waiting for the results for the test so that I would know whether I was in or not, I had to get a backup plan. So along the way, someone then introduced me to this agency that was helping people to come to India, right? And let me tell you, that was an expedited process, okay? Because tell me why the application process went so fast that even the visa took a day to come out. And here I was thinking that, okay, this process for India is going to take a while. So while I'm processing this, the process for the other country will be working out and the results will be coming out. Little did I know that the Indian process was going to go faster. And because I will not lie to you guys, that test that I wrote was so hard. Even I had doubts I was going to get in. I'm not even joking. I had so many doubts that I was going to get in. So I was like, okay, fine. So everything went well for the Indian university. And then my parents had to pay the school fees, of which now it was a matter of should they go ahead and do it or should we wait for that? And honestly, because that was so uncertain and the risk of it, and honestly, I wasn't willing to spend the rest of the year at home, we just went with the Indian process. Everything was done, and then I ended up coming here. But I'll tell you this, I did not want to come here. If I tell you that I wanted to go to Denmark so bad, you will not even understand, you guys. And this is why it was a very special thing for me to go to Denmark last year when I went to Europe. If you haven't watched that video, I'll link it up right here for you so that you can go and watch it and you see what I mean, right? So yeah, I wanted to go to Denmark so badly that I was so sad when I got to India. I was super sad because that is not what I wanted for myself, honestly. So I think for the first few years that I was here, I just brushed the feelings aside. I brushed the sadness aside. I just pretended like I wasn't feeling it, but I did not want to be here. And I remember my friend always reminds me that, you know what? I remember very well that the first day we got here, you literally said you're going to find an opportunity to leave this country. And I finally managed to do that. So yeah, guys, for the first few years it wasn't easy, and I was literally living on autopilot. I wasn't doing anything much. I was just indoors, always watching Netflix, not even living life, because I was like, why am I here? What am I even doing here? I'm not even supposed to be here, all of that. But then I thank God that He's a faithful God and that He taught me something in that moment, right? It was a lesson for me, right? So I'm going to read this verse from the Bible. I will put the verse here. I'm going to read Jeremiah 29 verse 11 from the NIV version. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you. Plans to give you hope in the future. So after reading this verse, it just gave me so much hope that, you know what, I might not have wanted to be here, but then also like I managed to realize so many things about me that developed within me during the first few years that I was here, that if I had gone to Denmark, I would not have turned out as great as I have, honestly, because I needed a lot of working on, and I needed to work on so many things of myself that it wouldn't have been possible in the environment that I wanted to go to, right? So yeah. So yeah, I know there are people out there who are in India, who are studying in India, and for some of them they didn't want to be here, or it was a backup plan, or they were forced to come here by either circumstances or that. But I just want to let you know that God knows. God knows the reason why you're here. God knows the reason why you are in this country at this particular time, in this particular season, in the particular state that you're in, right? So just draw nearer to God and, seek that clarity for yourself from the Lord, and He'll help you so that you live a fulfilling life, so that you don't waste away your years here, but then you live to the fullest. Now let's dive into the thoughts that I had about India before coming here, right? So first of all, I did not expect to find as many Zimbabweans here. I'm telling you guys. But then the crazy thing is, from I think Addis Ababa, my second leg coming to India, like there were plenty of Zimbabweans on that plane, guys. Students for that matter, coming to my school for that matter. I was shocked. I was like, okay, because I didn't think there were many Zimbabweans until I got here, and I just realized, you know what? This is a little Zimbabwe. Like, we have our own mini Zimbabwe here. I'm telling you, there's so many Zimbabweans. So many of them. So it honestly gave that feel of home, because if you go outside, you're going to hear someone speaking Shona. If you go outside, you're going to hear someone speaking Ndebele. So it had that homey feeling. It made things feel so much better here. Yeah, especially for someone who didn't want to be here in the first place, right? The other thought that I had, so basically before I came here, I saw like my school. So they have this like 360 virtual tour thing that they have. So I saw that before coming here, and I'm telling you, till date, I think my school is so beautiful. Like, my school is absolutely beautiful. But then the area outside of campus where we stay, I did not expect that. I did not expect that. I thought it was going to look as good as the school, but what did I expect, guys? What did I expect? Because according to the description of the location of the school on the internet, that should have given me enough ideas of what the place could look like. But I guess I ignored it. I overlooked it. But nevertheless, the houses are so nice here. Oh my days. The houses, wow. The houses are nice. Like, the inside of the houses, I mean. They're so nice. Apart from the weather, because the extremes of the weather here, you guys, you need to, yeah, that's another story for another day. But yeah, the weather is crazy. The other thought that I had was, people might not be really nice here. But let me tell you, I'm going to speak from my own experiences. I know somebody else might have something different to say, but Indians are so kind. Well, at least the Indians that I've encountered, they're nice people, guys. Very helpful. I'm telling you, they'll go to extremes just to help you, just to make sure you're okay, just to make sure that everything goes well. And I think that's just how they are, honestly, like most of them. Not all of them, but I think most of them. Because even when I went to Europe, they're just the same. That's just how they are. So I think it's just like an inbuilt thing. They're just so helpful, so kind. They'll just make sure that you're okay. As much as there's language barrier here, oh, it's hectic, you guys. You need to learn some phrases, some Hindi phrases, so that you can communicate, because some people here don't even speak English at all, you know, but somehow we're able to communicate, and I think that's really cool. The other thought that I had was that there are no churches here. So I never really thought I would find a church here. And also I knew that the church that I go to back home did not have any assemblies here in India. But you know what? God is so good, guys. I'm telling you. So my church came to India in December 2024, and it's got two assemblies in different states here in India, and I'm telling you, that was literally the cherry on top, because guys, to survive in this country you need community. What more, a community of people who share the same beliefs with you guys? You get me? You feel me? So yeah, I never thought that would happen, but hey, and there are plenty of churches here actually. Plenty. Now let's dive into how it is being an African here in India. I'm going to talk about how annoying the stares here are. People will stare at you, guys. I'm talking about staring at you like you're gold or something, or you're like a lump of salt. I don't know. Like you're something very peculiar to see. And I think that is very awkward. That is very uncomfortable, because I get it. I get it. In some parts of India, there's not as many black people, and I get that. But I find it a bit weird where I stay, because there's plenty of Africans, plenty, and they'll still stare at you. I think that's very uncomfortable. Even the habit of being asked for pictures. Can I take a picture with you? Like, what is so astounding about me? I'm a human being like you. I have feelings like you. It's just the pigmentation. Hello. Yeah, because I don't think they would, maybe they would want that to be done to them, but I think that's very not kind to do. So that is very annoying for me as an African here. But hey, you learn to just ignore and to just say no, I do not want, and then you move on. But yeah, then I'm going to talk about the prices here, guys. The prices here are so amazing. Like, if I think about back home in Zim, if I have like $1 and the things that I can buy with $1 here, like after converting the money, of course, I'm telling you, you get value for your money here. Like, you can live a proper stable life here with even little money, guys. I'm telling you. I am telling you. You might think, oh, this girl has started, oh, this girl is always talking about a budget, you know. But guys, I'm telling you, things are so budget friendly here. I'm telling you guys, even going out is so affordable here. So yeah, I love the affordability here. It's chef's kiss. Being an African here has also been a very beautiful thing for me, because on the day that I landed in India, right at the airport, a girl said hi to me, and from that day we've been tight like this. We've been tight like that, you know. I found my girl, I found my sister, I found my family here. So that has made being me as an individual here a very beautiful experience. And we started staying together the day that we got here. I know some of you might think, it's crazy. How do you know she wasn't dangerous? How do you know she had good intentions? How did she know you were a good person? How did she know you were not dangerous and all of that? But guys, I'm telling you, when things are orchestrated by God, they happen in things that even you might not be able to understand. And that's okay. You know, sometimes just cherish the beautiful things in life and just live with it, flow with it, okay? So I met my roommate on the day that I landed here, and that was my biggest blessing, guys. Because I'm telling you, I've heard so many stories of people who haven't had the best experiences with roommates and even friends. But for me, from the day that I got here till date, we're tight. We're tight like this, you know? So yeah, I wish that on everybody, honestly. And I advise you guys, pray, okay? Pray. Pray to God. Ask God for the things that you want. It says, ask and it shall be given unto you. Seek and you shall find. Knock and the door shall be opened. So ask for the things that you want. Ask for good friends. Ask for good roommates. Ask for good company. You know? Ask, guys. Learn to ask. Open that mouth. Don't just yap. Ask. Next, I'm going to talk about what helped me through not liking India and how I grew to love it, right? The first thing that I'm going to say is God. I'm a Christian, I'm a believer in God, I'm a child of God, and I'm telling you, He helped me through it. I'm going to read from 2 Corinthians 12 verse 9, and it says, "But He said to me, my grace is sufficient for you, for my power is made perfect in weakness. Therefore, I'll boast all the more gladly about my weaknesses, so that Christ's power may rest on me." Right? So, basically, when I was weak, when I was not happy, when I was sad, when I didn't want to be here, He just reminded me that even when I'm weak, even when I'm not happy, even when I feel like I'm not meant to be here, His strength is made perfect in my weakness. And He will make me glad. He'll make me happy. He'll make me joyful, you know. And as I read before that, God knows the plans that He has for us. I grew to understand that God has a reason why He has me here, you know. So why not just be grateful for that? Why not live in the moment? Why not embrace? Because truly somebody wishes for this. Someone just wishes to even get an education, you know. And this is where ingratitude starts. This was really just an alarm for me to be grateful for such an opportunity, you know. The next thing that helped me through this was going for semester exchange. So for those who might not know, semester exchange is basically going to another university for a semester or a year, depending on how your university does it. And you'll be learning at that university for that particular period. So mostly it's universities that would have partnered with your university. So your university is partners, basically, right? So I went for semester exchange last year in August, end of August. I went to Latvia, and I'm telling you, that experience was so refreshing to every part of me. Because for a person who wanted to leave India so badly, I got a chance to live and to breathe in new air and to experience something that I always wanted to experience, right? So that just gave me a hope. That just gave me even a look into how my life would have been like if I had been in Europe. And I made it a point to visit Denmark. I already said it in my previous video why I wanted to go to Denmark so much, why it means so much to me. And the other reason I'm going to say now is because I wanted to learn there, but then things didn't go as quickly as they were supposed to go. And that's how I ended up here. Another thing that helped me was being more outgoing. So that is visiting places, you know, trying out restaurants, seeing cafes, you know, going to malls, window shopping, all of that stuff. Just like not staying inside, but just going out for fresh air, you know, touch grass, all of that stuff. That really like revived me, and it just gave me so much more hope that life is beautiful. And the thing about India, like I said, it's so affordable. So you can do so many beautiful things at such an affordable price. Do you feel me, my budget people? I got you. I got you. One more thing that helped me so much is my church family. So I told you about how my church opened a branch here. And yeah, my church family, they might not know this or fully understand it, but they really helped me through this because of community. You know, like I'm telling you, my church family has the same humor that I have. You know, we laugh about the same things, we find the same things funny, you know. So that sense of family really helped me to know that, hey, I belong here. There are people who want me here. There are people who love me here, you know. And I always look forward to meeting up with them. So we have like 3 midweek services, right, during the week. So it's always so beautiful to meet up and see them and to talk and all of that. And I highly recommend. And you might say, I pray at home, I read the Bible at home and all of that. But the Bible says in Hebrews, I'll put the verse here, that do not neglect meeting up together as the others do, especially in these last days. You need the community, and you're not going to church because whoever is preaching is holy or because of that. We're going there to get healing. We're going there to grow. We're going there for continuous salvation of our souls. Okay? So I urge you guys, let's go to church. One might wonder if I would recommend India to someone else who wants to study here. And I would say yes. But only if the person is willing to come here. Not that they're being forced or they just know someone here and they just want to go to a place where there's someone that they know. But then if it is a desire that they have for themselves, I highly recommend, hey, you have fun, right? I've met, I think, 2 to 3 people who've told me that it was their choice to come here. And I think that's beautiful and I love it for them, that it was their desire. Their parents didn't say anything, they just decided, and their parents are like, okay, cool, you can go to India. So if it is your desire, if you really want to experience India for yourself without any external influence, please come. I think you have the time of your life here. Another thing that I might not have mentioned about India, or at least as far as I know, we are not allowed to work here as international students. So our student visa does not allow us to work, to get a job, to earn. I don't know if you guys know like how it happens in other countries where students have like a maximum number of hours they can work per week. Yeah, type of vibe, but it's not there here. So if you're going to come here expecting to work in the formal sector, baby girl, baby boy, I don't think this one is for you, okay? The last one here is for the parents. This one is for the parents. Please do not force your children to come to India, okay? It might be an issue of finances, it might be an issue of this or that, but don't force your children to come to India if they do not want to come to India. Being an international student is not easy at all. Be it here, be it in a different country, be it in a different place, being an international student is already not easy. So don't force your children to go to places where they would even be more unhappy. Because trust me, your children will get involved in things that will cost you thousands of dollars that you probably have no access to. So don't force your children to come to India. Don't even force your children to go to a certain country or to do a certain program. Don't force your desires on your children. Give them space to dream. Give them space to execute what they want to execute. Because, hey, life is so beautiful and we have so many chances to try. Even if one thing doesn't work out, there's still hope, there's still time, there's still a chance to try something new, right? So please, parents, please don't force your children to do any program or to go to a certain country. Don't force them. Please don't force them. Okay guys, so that's the end of our video today. I hope you've gotten a perspective into life in India through my own lens. Everything that I stated here is my opinion, my experiences. So if your experience is different, I get that. And if you haven't had a beautiful experience here, my heart goes out to you, that may you find the peace and the joy that you need to be able to go on with your life. But yeah, as for me, I'm trying to leave, guys. So slowly but surely, I'm getting out of my shell. I'm being more outgoing, more explorative, making new friends, talking to people from different countries, trying to make connections. But yeah, guys, if you have any questions, please drop them in the comment section. And if you've got any additions, any contributions, any questions, drop them in the comment section, guys. If you have any advice for people who would like to come here or people who are already here, please say it in the comment section, guys. Do like, comment, share, subscribe, and see you again soon. Bye.